Hello everyone and welcome back to the diotti.com YouTube channel. The star of today's product review is the modern designer chair for the dining table, Jewel, characterized by an ash wood structure with beautiful curved details. The name Jewel is very fitting as this chair is a jewel of design and is splendidly constructed using fine materials. Let's dive in and discover how this modern chair can be customized to suit your dining room, open plan living space or kitchen. The total height of this version of the Jewel chair is 83 centimeters, but bear in mind that if you choose the entirely wooden version, which we'll discuss very shortly, the height is ever so slightly reduced to 82.5 centimeters. Now, the chair has a total seat width of 49 centimeters and a depth of 50 centimeters, and it supports me just up to below my shoulders, which is very, very comfortable. And bear in mind that I have a total height of about 170 centimeters. Now, although this chair excludes armrests, it still has a very welcoming, enveloping, comfortable feel due to the fact that the backrest is ever so slightly curved, making it very nice and enveloping and just supportive for the back. Now, one detail that you'll notice by taking a close look at the seat is that it features this downwards curve both on the front and the back of the seat. Now, while at the back this serves solely an aesthetic purpose, at the front it also adds a touch of comfort because, as is the case with most chairs that finish just with a perfectly horizontal straight edge, if you adopt certain sitting positions, such as at the front of the chair, you may perceive it slightly digging in to the underside of your legs. However, in this case, it makes for a very comfortable sitting position even at the front of the chair like this. These curves at the back and front of the seat are just one of the details that proves that this chair is truly created with excellency. Now, when it comes to the overall design of the chair, the structure, which is concealed below the curved seat, is the protagonist. Taking a close look at it, we notice that even the structure underneath is beautifully carved and curved to perfection, and this solid ash wood piece is discreetly connected to a multi-layer wood section. The structure underneath the chair just proves even further that it is an artisanal masterpiece. Now that we've taken a look at the beautiful design of the chair, let's discuss how this design can be adapted according to you to suit your personal interior design taste in your modern living room, open space, dining area, or kitchen. So the Jewel chair is available in two versions. There's this one here that we have with the ash wood structure and then the upholstered backrest and seat. Or instead, if you wanted, you can opt for a chair entirely in ash wood, so with the structure in ash wood and then also the backrest and seat. If you opt for the upholstered option, you can choose to have the seat and backrest from our entire range of fabrics, velvets, leathers and faux leathers. And it goes without saying that the contrast created between the upholstered sections and the structures is truly beautiful and draws attention to the individual finishes and materials. Now, for both the structure of this version of the chair and of course the entire version of the wooden chair, you can choose ash wood veneer finishes, well, very natural finishes in tobacco, natural, bleached or wenge. However, if you want a chair with a more original color scheme, you're in luck because there are also many options. For a highly personalized chair with an original color scheme, you can opt for a wooden sections in either stained ash wood or open pore matte lacquered ash wood. And all of these are available in a wide range of colors, including the option of the entire RAL and NCS scale. And this is fantastic because it means that you can really fine-tune the colors, and if you wish to create a tone-on-tone chair, you can achieve a color for the structure that is almost identical to any fabric, velvet or leather that you choose. One thing that must be said is that open pore matte lacquer is slightly more delicate and prone to damage compared to stained ash wood, as it's a little bit more sensitive to bumps and scratches. So what are some other notable differences between the stained ash wood and matte lacquered ash wood? Well, the main difference is the intensity of the colors. An important thing to note is how a matte lacquer or stain finish appears on wood depends on the kind of wood. For example, woods that are more absorbent or have deeper pores will have a matte lacquer result or stained wood result with a less intense color, but on other woods such as beech wood, the color appears more intense as they absorb less. However, it must be said that in the case of ash wood, neither of the two finishes, although very different, is completely covering. As you can see in the example of stained ash wood, you do clearly perceive that it's wood underneath, also with a different change in color and tone, or the natural lines. In the matte lacquered finish, while the wood itself is completely covered and we have a solid cover, you do, by looking closely, still notice all the natural lines and veins, and this is because it's a wood with deeper pores. So it really just depends on the kind of finish that you prefer. For our version of the modern designer chair jewel, we've chosen a very earthy color scheme with the combination of a structure in the natural dark brown shade tobacco, and then this fabric for the seat and the backrest, which is Barnum. And this is a very beautiful configuration, but bear in mind that it's only one of infinite chair possibilities that you can create. For example, for a very minimal result, imagine an entirely wooden chair in the bleached finish, which is a very, very light, natural wood tone. This is completely different but stunning. And so it's up to you to be the designer of the ideal chair for your modern open space, living room, kitchen, or dining area. We've come to the end of today's product review on the modern designer chair jewel. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel if you'd like to catch more product reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.